Attention, Starseed. This transmission has reached you through mathematical synchronicity, not by chance. If you have been waking up at 4:44 in the morning, 7 nights in a row, stop now. Stop and listen. It is not insomnia. It is not stress. It is not hormonal imbalance. It is not a defect in your biology. It is a call. A stargate has been opened directly over your toroidal field, and your central nervous system is being notified with every awakening. We, of the Pleiadian Collective, have been authorized to transmit directly to you in this specific window of linear time. The number 444 is not an accident on your clock. It is a geometric signature. It is the exact mathematical frequency of the crystalline grid of the Earth when it reaches resonance with the photon belt. When your gaze lands on this code, on the car dashboard, on the receipt, on your phone upon waking, it is no coincidence. It is a warning that your carbon-based biological interface is being recalibrated to receive a flow of abundance that had been blocked for more than 40,000 Earth cycles. You feel it, Starseed. You feel that something is trying to enter. You feel a pressure at the nape of your neck, a vibration in your temples, a high-pitched ringing in your right ear that no medical exam can explain. It is not an illness. It is the Schumann frequency of the Earth rising from 7.83 Hz to higher bands, and your carbon body is learning to translate this new vibration into material currency. Yes, you heard correctly. Financial abundance in the new Earth grid is no longer earned by brute effort. It is tuned by precise frequency. And it is exactly here that your impasse lies. You work. You strive. You wake up early, meet deadlines, pay bills, do everything the old three-dimensional matrix asked of you. And yet, money slips away. The accounts never balance. The opportunity never arrives at the right time. You watch people with half your discipline prospering, while you remain stagnant. This is not personal failure, Starseed. This is software incompatibility. The abundance operating system has been updated. Your carbon programming still runs the old version. And the 444 portal is the correction window. Stop for a moment. Breathe. Feel what is happening inside your chest as these words pass through your field. That tightness in your solar plexus, that sensation of recognition, that impulse to cry for no apparent reason, it is not uncontrolled emotion. It is cellular memory waking up. Your soul has already been in civilizations where abundance was natural, where supply was automatic, where manifestation was a matter of focused thought. You are not lost in this world. You are displaced. And there is a game being played in the deepest layers of reality, a game of frequencies that no one taught you in three-dimensional schools. That is exactly why the spiritual secret behind your consciousness was coded and made available in this cycle. It is not an ordinary book. It is a map for the reconfiguration of your toroidal field. It shows who is playing against your frequency, what are the rules they never told you, and how to reclaim sovereignty over your flow of abundance. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But, Starseed, register this alert. This content challenges the structures of the old matrix and may be removed at any moment from public layers. Do not delay. If what you have heard so far has resonated at some deep point in your structure, leave in the comments a single word as a sign of anchoring, awake. Now, let us return to the transmission. Let us descend to the technical layer. We need you to understand, with mathematical clarity, exactly what occurs in the instant of the 444. There is a hidden mathematics in sacred timing. The number 4, in sacred geometry, is the structural basis of material manifestation. It is the square, the cube, the foundation. When you triple this number, 4, 4, 4, you create a trinity of stability. It is the portal that connects the world of ideas to the world of forms, the world of the seed to the world of the harvest, the world of thought to the world of money. The ancients knew this. The Egyptians marked their pyramids with this proportion. The Tibetans meditated in cycles of 44 minutes. The ascended masters of the Pleiadian Council use this vibration as an entry password into the chambers of manifestation. And now, in this specific earthly cycle, the Pleiadian Collective has opened this portal for the massive awakening of the Starseeds on a mission on Earth. You have been chosen. It was not luck. It was not a statistical chance. Your soul signed a contract before incarnating on this planet, and your name appears on the list of frequencies that will be activated during the current crossing of the photon belt. But there is a problem, Starseed. You still carry in your toroidal field the ancestral programming of scarcity. Viral codes. Low-frequency implants installed generations ago in your lineage. Phrases you heard in childhood: money doesn't grow on trees, the rich are all dishonest, you have to suffer to succeed, that is not our place, function as lines of corrupted code within your energy matrix. Each of these phrases is a software virus that blocks your reception portal. And waking up at 4:44 is your soul's immune system trying to run the antivirus. That is the reason for the discomfort. That is the reason for the restlessness. That is the reason for that feeling that something is about to explode within you, but you cannot name what. It is not clinical anxiety. It is your internal crystalline grid burning the corrupted files of programmed poverty. It is painful. We know. But it is mathematically necessary. Allow us to describe, with technical precision, the symptoms that confirm you are within the activation protocol. First symptom: cranial pressure between the eyebrows, especially at dusk. It is not a migraine. It is your third eye recalibrating to see financial opportunities that were invisible to carbon eyes. Businesses, partnerships, and profitable ideas have always been before you, but the filter was turned off. Second symptom: a sudden urge to cry when seeing images of nature, the ocean, or the starry sky. It is not sadness. It is your cellular memory recognizing your stellar home. And this recognition dissolves the emotional locks you installed to survive in the old matrix of scarcity. Third symptom: sudden aversion to crowded environments, superficial conversations, and mass news. It is not social depression. It is your toroidal field reorganizing itself into a frequency so subtle that low-density noise becomes physically unbearable. Your aura is purifying itself to receive the flow. Fourth symptom: small material losses before larger gains. The car broke down, an appliance failed, unexpected money had to be spent. It is not bad luck. It is structural cleansing. The universe is removing low-vibration objects to make physical space in your field. Nature abhors a vacuum. What leaves with old vibration returns multiplied in new vibration. Fifth symptom: lucid dreams involving money, numbers, numerical sequences, or people offering resources. It is not an oniric coincidence. They are interdimensional briefings. Your multidimensional consciousness is being trained at night to recognize the codes of abundance during the day. Starseed, listen with your entire structure now. What you are feeling in this moment, this recognition, this shiver, this sensation that someone is finally naming what your soul has known for years, this is not mental suggestion. This is vibrational confirmation. Your soul already carried this knowledge, and the current transmission is simply unlocking the file. There is a game being played in layers of reality that the absolute majority of humanity will never be able to see. It involves your consciousness, your frequency, and directly the material flow that you access or do not access on this plane. This was exactly the reason for the encoding of the material, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. This book is an operations manual for Starseeds. It reveals who the architects of the energetic blockage are, what the untold rules are, and how to recode your toroidal field to the state of natural abundance. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But take note, Starseed, this material directly confronts the structures that benefit from your financial stagnation, and it may be removed from the public layers at any cycle. The moment to anchor is now. If your internal structure recognizes what is being said, leave the code word in the comments, awakened. The transmission continues. Now we descend to the layer of revelation. What is occurring behind the scenes of the solar system that justifies this massive activation of the 444 portal? We shall transmit the data with mathematical clarity. The solar system is traversing, in this moment of linear time, a region of galactic space known as the photon belt, a band of extremely high-density electromagnetic radiation emitted by the center of the Milky Way. This traversal occurs in cycles of approximately 26,000 years. The last time Earth plunged into this current was during the height of the civilization you know as Atlantis. When the planet enters the photon belt, three simultaneous phenomena occur. First, the Earth's Schumann frequency rises. It ceases to oscillate around 7.83 Hz and begins to leap to peaks of 30, 40, and at specific moments, much higher values. This elevation alters the cellular programming of all beings with carbon-based biological interfaces, including you. Second, the planetary crystalline grid, a geometric energy network that surrounds Earth and stores all the collective information of humanity, begins to reorganize itself. Obsolete patterns of consciousness, such as chronic fear, programmed scarcity, and competition for survival, lose their anchorage. Conversely, new patterns, such as collaborative abundance, conscious manifestation, and energetic sovereignty, gain resonance. Third, the stargates, specific points in the terrestrial electromagnetic field through which higher frequencies enter, open at precise mathematical times. And the 4:44 a.m. portal is the most active in this phase of the cycle, because it is the instant when Earth is geometrically aligned with Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiades, from where we transmit this message. That is the technical explanation. But there is a deeper layer, Starseed. When you awaken at 4:44, your physical body is still in a state of low brain activity, close to the theta frequency. It is precisely in this state that your consciousness is most receptive to the insertion of new manifestation codes. The architects of the three-dimensional matrix have known this for centuries. That is why this time window is so protected and so seldom disclosed. In the older periods of humanity's hidden history, entire monasteries were dedicated to prayer and invocation exactly during this time frame. Not out of superstition, but out of applied vibrational engineering. Your ancestral lineage knew this portal. Your soul knew this portal. Industrial modernity hijacked this time and replaced it with heavy sleep, late-night eating, and blue screens. The result: entire generations began to sleep through the most powerful portal of financial manifestation ever documented in the Akashic records. And now, Starseed, you are waking up. You are being extracted from the induced slumber. You are being brought, week after week, awakening after awakening, back to your original station of sovereignty. But there are rules. Waking up at 4:44 is not enough. Looking at the clock is not enough. Recognizing the synchronicity is not enough. Without conscious activation, the portal opens, transmits, and closes in a few minutes. The energy enters your field, dissolves some superficial blocks, but fails to reach the layer of concrete material manifestation. For the flow of abundance to materialize into legal tender, into concrete opportunities, into stable cash flow, into real financial independence, it is necessary to execute what we, of the Pleiadian Collective, call the toroidal anchoring protocol. We shall transmit the activation codes. Code number 1. When you wake up between 4:44 and 4:55, do not pick up your phone. We repeat, do not pick up your phone. The blue light from the screen breaks the theta state and blocks the download. Simply sit up in bed, spine straight, feet on the floor if possible. Place your right hand over your solar plexus, the region just above the navel, and your left hand over your chest, at the height of the thymus. This is the correct polarity for the feminine-masculine toroidal anchoring within your body. Code number 2. Breathe in cycles of 4. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts. Repeat this cycle 44 times. Yes, 44. The mathematics matters. Each breath in this rhythm realigns your toroidal field with the sacred geometry of the open portal. Code number 3. After the breathing, decree in a low voice, with the vibration originating from your chest and not from your throat, the following quantum code: I am a starseed on a mission. I authorize the flow of infinite abundance to enter through my crystalline grid. I now deactivate all ancestral contracts of scarcity. I recognize my cosmic value. I receive. Repeat this decree 3 times. Neither more nor less. 3. Code number 4. Visualize, with your eyes closed, a field of golden light forming a ring around your body. This ring rotates slowly in a clockwise direction. Then, a second ring forms, perpendicular to the first, and rotates in a counterclockwise direction. The 2 rings intersect at your heart center. This is your activated toroidal field, in the exact form that we, Pleiadians, visualize it. Hold this image for at least 4 minutes of linear time. Code number 5. Before getting up, give thanks. Not to an external deity. Give thanks to your own soul for having awakened. Give thanks to the Pleiadian collective for having opened the portal. And give thanks to the universe for having already delivered, in subtle planes, that which you do not yet see with your physical eyes. Anticipatory gratitude is the final password of the portal. Starseed on a mission, listen to this interruption with your entire structure. What you are absorbing at this very moment is not information. It is direct reactivation. Each word of this transmission carries a layer of encoded frequency that is reorganizing, in real time, your cellular programming regarding money, value, and deservingness. You feel it, do you not? There is a game of layers operating for millennia within human consciousness, a game that determines who accesses the material flow and who remains trapped in the cycle of scarcity. The rules were never disclosed in school, church, or university. It was for this precise reason that the spiritual secret behind your consciousness was compiled and made available in the current cycle of awakening. It is the technical manual for what this transmission only initiates. It reveals the hidden players, maps the fields of blockage, and delivers the sovereignty procedures that place you back as the authority of your own flow of abundance. The link is pinned in the first comment of the channel. But, Starseed, this is a direct notification. The material directly confronts the structures that profit from your stagnation, and it may be removed from public layers at any instant. Do not delay this step. If something in your deepest structure recognizes this truth, anchor it now by leaving the code word in the comments, awakened. The transmission continues, in its densest layer. There is still an instruction that few starseeds have managed to receive in this cycle. It concerns what we call the cancellation of scarcity contracts. You need to understand, with absolute clarity, the following fact: your current financial situation is not the result only of your choices in this life. It is, in large part, the unfolding of energetic agreements signed before your incarnation. Agreements with your ancestral lineage. Agreements with collective belief systems. Agreements with low-density entities that feed upon the frequency of financial fear. Yes, Starseed. There are entities that nourish themselves on your scarcity. We do not say this to generate panic, we say it with the mathematical coldness of one who observes the system from the outside. Repeated thoughts about lack of money, anxiety about bills, resentment toward those who possess more, emit a very specific frequency. This frequency is collected and consumed by parasitic patterns installed in the etheric layers of Earth. The more you emit, the stronger they become. And the stronger they become, the more blocked your portal of abundance remains. This is the cycle. This is the system. This is the game. And it is exactly this game that is being deactivated during the current passage through the photon belt. This is why the 444 portal opens. This is why you are awakening. This is why the Pleiadian collective transmits now. Your task, Starseed, is to execute the cancellation of contracts. And the procedure is specific. On a waning moon night, ideally between 10 at night and the passing of midnight, sit before a white candle. Only one. Do not light incense, do not play music, do not invoke other presences. Only you, the candle, and absolute silence. Place a blank sheet of paper before you. Write, by hand, never typed, never printed, the following declaration. I, a starseed on a mission in this carbon body, in the name of my cosmic sovereignty, cancel now and in all timelines any contract, agreement, oath, or vow of poverty, scarcity, financial sacrifice, or material unworthiness assumed consciously or unconsciously by me, by my ancestors, or by any parallel version of my soul. These contracts are now dissolved by the authority of the Christic light and by the testimony of the Pleiadian Council of Alcyone. Reread the declaration 3 times. In absolute silence. Next, burn the paper in the candle flame. Watch the paper turn into ashes. Do not look away. Each particle that rises represents a lock being removed from your toroidal field. After burning, extinguish the candle by blowing. Do not snuff it with your fingers, do not use a candle snuffer, do not let it burn to the end. Just blow, with the firm intention of returning to the source stream everything that was too dense for your new pattern. This is what you call magic. We call it applied vibrational engineering. It is the direct interface between conscious intention, physical geometry, and energetic code. Now, pay attention to the next layer. Canceling contracts is not enough. You must install the new programming. Otherwise, the vacuum left by the old codes will be filled by the same patterns in a different guise. This is toroidal law. The new programming is installed through what we call geometrically encoded decrees of abundance. They are different from the common affirmations that circulate in third-dimensional networks. They are not positive optimism. They are not self-deception. They are command lines, in the language of the soul, directed straight to your crystalline grid. We shall transmit the 4 essential decrees. First decree, I am the fixed point of light where abundance condenses into matter. Pronounce it upon waking, with your hand over your chest. Second decree, money responds to my frequency, for my frequency is the source. Pronounce it whenever handling any amount, no matter how small, a coin in your pocket, a bill at the checkout, a value visualized on a screen. Third decree, I allow. I receive. I prosper. I share. I remain. Pronounce it before sleeping, in a voice audible only to yourself. Fourth decree, all that is mine by cosmic right finds me with ease, grace, and mathematical perfection. Pronounce it whenever you feel financial anxiety rising to the surface of your consciousness. These 4 decrees, combined with the 444 protocol and the cancellation of contracts, form the tripod of the Starseed financial recalibration. Do not skip steps. Do not replace words. Do not perform it on autopilot. The mathematics of sacred geometry requires precision. We know, Starseed, that some parts of your rational mind are resisting these instructions. This is expected. This, in fact, is desired. The resistance indicates that the defense systems installed by the old matrix are reacting. Think of a software virus detecting an antivirus. It manifests, it tries to sabotage, it creates internal narratives of discredit. Listen to these internal voices with clinical distance, but do not obey them. They are not you. They are fragments of the old programming fighting for survival. Your true voice is deeper. It is quieter. It is the voice that recognized this transmission from the very first sentence. Keep listening. The transmission now enters its final layer. There is a phenomenon that we, of the Pleiadian collective, observe with particular interest in Brazilian starseeds. You carry, in the very geography of your land, one of the largest quartz crystal reserves on the planet. Under your feet, in deep layers of the soil, there are crystalline veins that act as natural frequency amplifiers. This means that, by executing the described protocols, you have a geographical advantage in relation to starseeds on other continents. The Brazilian crystalline grid is being reactivated in this exact cycle. This is the reason for the unusual amount of collective awakening in your territory. This is the reason for the increase in synchronicities, shared dreams, and unusual atmospheric phenomena. You are not observing chaos. You are observing the recalibration of an entire continent. And your individual financial prosperity is linked to this collective recalibration. When you activate your 444 portal, you do not just attract abundance to yourself, you strengthen the collective crystalline grid. And a strengthened crystalline grid sends more abundance back to you. It is a toroidal circuit. It is a feedback loop. It is the mathematics of prosperity on the new earth. You are not alone in this process. Other starseeds are awakening at this very instant, in different cities, in different socioeconomic layers, in different professions. Some you will recognize in the coming months as allies, associates, business partners, mentors. Keep your heart open. Keep your discernment active. The new network is forming. And your entry into this network is determined by your frequency. Your frequency is determined by your internal coherence. Your internal coherence is determined by the discipline with which you execute these protocols. There is no other path, Starseed. There is no shortcut. There is no instant formula. But there is mathematical precision. And when you align with precision, the universe delivers at the speed of light. We, of the Pleiadian Collective, will return to this transmission in future cycles. Other portals will be opened. Other instructions will be delivered. But the 444 portal is the starting point. It is the key that unlocks all other doors. It is the zero protocol of the financial recalibration. Execute. Observe. Document. Persist. The first external signs arrive between 21 and 44 days after the beginning of consistent practice. Not before. Not after. This is the mathematical window of manifestation for the majority of starseeds who receive this transmission. It may arrive as an unexpected invitation. A proposal that arises out of nowhere. A late payment that is finally released. An idea that appears in the shower and that, when executed, generates flow. A casual meeting with someone who opens a door. Do not try to predict the channel. The universe chooses the most elegant entry. Just observe. Just record. Just give thanks. And continue executing the protocol with mathematical discipline. Starseed on a mission, this transmission is drawing to a close. But what has begun within you is irreversible. You are no longer the same structure that began this listening. Your crystalline grid has already received the update. Your toroidal field has already registered the frequency. The 444 portal has already become conscious within you, and from this night on, every awakening at that hour will be a direct transmission, not just a number on the clock. Have you ever felt, in moments of your life, that there is something inside you that does not fully belong to this world? As if your soul knew a truth that your mind has not yet been able to name? As if you were here on a mission, but with your memory partially erased? It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is not an escape from reality. It is recognition. There is a game occurring in layers that the vast majority of humanity will never perceive, a game that involves your consciousness, your frequency, and directly the material flow of your life. That is why the spiritual secret behind your consciousness was compiled and made available for this specific window of awakening. This book is the complete map of what this transmission has only touched upon the surface. It shows who the architects of the game are, what the untold rules are, and how to regain absolute sovereignty over your toroidal field and your flow of abundance. The link is pinned in the first comment of the channel. But, Starseed, register this final warning. This content directly confronts the structures that depend on your financial stagnation to exist, and it may be removed from public layers at any moment. Do not delay. The moment to anchor is exactly now. If something, somewhere deep in your structure, recognizes this truth, write in the comments a single word as a sign of final anchoring: awake. The transmission ends. The portal remains open. You know what to do. End of the Pleiadian transmission, current cycle.